to another quick driving pointers video. Today is talking about the weather, which, as you can probably tell, is not very good. So when you're driving in the wet, there's a few important factors that you should always watch out for. And it basically boils down to two things: visibility and control. Visibility is if it's heavy rain, your visibility might be obscured even if you're clear in traffic. But if you are in traffic, you'll also have to contend with spray from other vehicles, which means you're not going to have quite a clear line of sight as you might normally have, which means it's always better to keep a bigger distance back to cars, just so you can maintain your vision. And then of course there's the second aspect, which is control. And even if there's no standing water on the road makes it increases your stopping distances, which means normally you would keep a 2-second gap to the car in front of you on the roads. You're going to have to increase that because in terms of visibility, you're not going to see what's ahead of the car in front of you. So if they need to stop suddenly, you need to give yourself time to react, and then on top of that, you also need to give yourself extra brake. And of course, the second aspect of control, and probably the most dangerous one, is aquaplaning, which is where you go into standing water and the water lifts the car up slightly, so you no longer have full control of your steering. Normally with the speeds that you're driving on the road, it's not too big an issue unless it is really deep standing water. But especially on country roads like where I've just come from, where there's not all that much traffic, there's a lot of time and a lot of places for water to build up. It can catch you off guard, and if it catches you at a corner when you're turning the wheel, then you're going to find the car is not turning as much as you need it to be, and that can put you in a dangerous situation. So all of these things, when you're driving in the rain, you need to keep aware of. One good thing I'm seeing, that most people are doing, is that they've got their lights on. With visibility being poor generally because of spray, rain, and just the general rain palette, it can be quite hard to spot vehicles. It seems daft. It's not so bad on a road like this because you can tell if you can see a car, you know it's moving. But when it's bad weather, when it's night, if you're going to a street where there's a mix of parked cars and moving cars, it can actually be quite difficult to tell at a glance who is moving and who isn't. I don't know the science behind that one, but it is. So generally when it's bad weather, even though it is the middle of the day, you don't need the lights to see. It's always a good idea to put your lights on, because for the cars coming ahead, you've got your minor glitch with my camera there, I'm back. So, what I was saying before my camera froze, it's always good to have your lights on. 2 reasons. It helps cars on the other side of the road, well sorry, for oncoming cars, it helps to tell that they are actually moving and manoeuvring on the roads, which is helpful. But most importantly, for cars that you are travelling with, it can be difficult to see the back of them because of spray. So if you have the lights on, your rear reds, that will usually shine through the spray, which is vital in making sure that you know where cars in front of you are, and anticipating where they're going to be braking, what they're going to be doing, etc, etc. It just makes the whole thing safer. You do still get some people that won't bother doing it. I can see one there. But there have been a lot of people doing it today, which is nice. Good to see. It's not very often you go on the road and think, oh wow, everyone's got good driving practices today. Okay, I'm going to pass back here, slide on the rumble strip. Good, he actually saw the lights, which is nice. And where is that going back to me? He's clear, that's fine. Dancing. Just trying to watch where that, I could see with that car indicating that he was probably not going to be turning off where I was turning off, which means he would be braking for the lights. So I had to pay more attention to him than I was the car behind me, which then meant I really needed to look over to work out where it was. I couldn't see him in my mirrors. But thankfully he anticipated the situation as well, and everyone was nice and safe. Right, so we're in slow traffic now. It is raining and the rain's relatively heavy, but this is a well-travelled route, so there's very little standing water, and on top of that, slow speeds. There's not much spray being kicked up, so I don't need to worry too much about visibility. I just need to focus on keeping my distance, so that if something were to happen in front of me, I have the mechanical time to stop the car rather than reactionary time. Someone not doing that is up ahead, who is practically tailgating the truck in front of them. Son of my. there's an example of what the rain can do to you. You'll barely notice it on camera, but I certainly felt it. It's when I was braking, I was slightly turning the wheel to make the so I was lined up properly for the junction, and as I turned, I could actually feel the car skidding very slightly. I mean, I wasn't travelling fast because of the traffic was just moving off, but I could certainly feel it. Right. Although I'm not going in the bus lane at the moment. I probably could have done. I could see buses up ahead were not going in the bus lane, so I assumed there was an obstruction. As it turns out, there's not. So yeah, the problem I have with this car, when I bought it, the person put cheap as hell tires on it, which have no grip whatsoever in the wet. I've had it before, where I've been going around the roundabout at 10 miles an hour, and front wheels just fucking drive this car, and they just spin right up, and you end up straight lining when you're turning, which isn't ideal. It's pretty poor. There's no point in me wasting money by getting rid of them now, but certainly when the time comes that they're worn enough, oh, I will be glad to get rid of them. I'll be very glad to get rid of them. Okay, I've now got the filter for turning right, which is nice. The gods of the green traffic light are not in our favour today. Well then, I'm approaching my destination, so hope you've enjoyed this short little video on driving pointers in the rain. Sorry that my camera died halfway through the journey. No idea what on earth he was doing. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I shall see you for the next video.